think I am live. I hope. I'm sorry I'm late. I thought that I was streaming. I'm kind of new to OBS, right? And I I hit start streaming, right? But that's not how you start streaming in OBS. You have to click on go live. You have to click start streaming and then you have to click go live, which what? I don't know. I'm live, right? I hope I'm live. Fuck. I hope so. Let me know. Somebody say something. Okay, cool. Thank you, Sheila. thank you, everybody. uh, I'm like, oh my god, what if I'm talking to nobody? Okay, good. Okay. Oh, Park City. Let me get you a little bit more audio then. Let's go a little louder. Let's go to 5.6. That's good. We're full green and we're not clipping, so that's good. We a little bit better now? I hope so. All right. Well, I'll just cool. Perfect. I got so flustered cuz why would there be a start streaming button but also a go live button? I'm talking to nobody here for 2 minutes. Why? Just why? Why? They clearly want me to look silly. So this is the website. That's very true. It's very true that it is the website where you have to sub twice. Yeah, that whole debacle. I don't think that that's ever happened to me though. Weirdly. That or I just don't remember what I'm subscribed to and what I'm not. So I think you all know why I have gathered you here. 69. Nice. So I'm being told, and my research is suggesting, based on the uploads to Jessie Lee Ward's Instagram and Reddit and stuff, that she supposedly has days to live. And I have so many feelings about this. It's obviously a tragedy. Because to some degree you're not necessarily responsible for denial, but you are, you do have some responsibility, and it's a tragedy. It is. But unfortunately it's also very painfully predictable, and it's even, and the worst part of it all is the misinformation that was spread around, and who knows if they will those who listened to her misinformation and potentially have now made a similar choice in their similar situation. Who knows if they will change that now, because when you're this deep in denial and into utterly false bullshit, it's hard to get yourself out of that. And a lot of times even just very obvious evidence is not evidence to you, or is not persuasive. So it's so painful how just foreseeable this was. how what happened was exactly what that first doctor freaking told her. And it's, I don't know. I have so many feelings about it, and they're all just, it's so unfortunate. It's so bleak. Yeah. Let's see. Can't see her stories. Did she post? Yeah. I know. I'm like, I feel like the Grim Reaper out here. Like, it sucks. I don't want to be right. Like, I would rather be wrong. Um, yeah, it's very easy to convince yourself that they are lying to you. Exactly. And it's very, especially when they're telling you, especially when what they're telling you is that you have, months to live. It's very motivating to want to not believe that. But you also shouldn't be telling other people, misinformation that's clearly not working for you. She was at one of the best hospitals, but she refused to listen. It's sad. It's a tragedy. It is a tragedy. It, it's so unbelievable in a way. It's crazy to me how that level of denial and believing that you know better can, it's so hard for me to understand it, but I'm doing my best. Oh yeah, so in terms of whether they will twist this, her followers and stuff, I'm sure they will. They'll find another way to compartmentalize and rationalize it, because it's horrible. I dropped my pencil. Can tell that I'm just a little troubled by this. Oh man. She was very worried about her quality of life with treatment, but she hasn't been doing that even without it. Exactly. Yeah. You could tell in her updates that, I don't know, at least to me it seemed like she would say that she's doing great or whatever, but it just didn't seem like that was the case. And maybe her followers believed her, or maybe her followers just didn't want to disagree with her. But it's so sad. That's all it is. Yeah. So here's the other thing. What's real sad about this is her grifter part. Her fellow grifters are already like basically jumping on it. Like, if she can't fulfill your order, we can, or whatever. It's like, really? They're just fighting over who gets her downline. It's like your brain is rotted. Like, yeah. Well, okay, and it's definitely a valid decision to forgo treatment if you know it's terminal and you just want to, be comfortable and you don't want to deal with the side effects or whatever. But here's the thing: is like, she's saying that she's curing it. She wasn't saying like that. She didn't want to deal with the negative effects of chemotherapy, because it was terminal. She was telling her followers, hundreds of thousands of followers, I might add, that she was able to cure it, and that she was curing it, and that she had, a PET scan that said it was doing great, just lying to them with this misinformation that I guarantee you is gonna harm several of those several 100,000 followers. And like, so, I'm not saying that if you don't get chemotherapy that you've made categorically the wrong choice. Like, sometimes it is the right choice if that's what you are prioritizing in terms of like quality of life or whatever, when it's a terminal case. Absolutely. But the messaging, if that were the case, to her followers is still inappropriate, is still reckless, in my opinion. I don't know. Yeah. They're all making content about it. Like, all of the grifters in her space or whatever are all like, "Oh, we gotta pray for her," blah 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 blah. Like, whatever. But it's so shameless that they're just trying to profit off of this or get some kind of gain off of this, because otherwise, like, why are you posting about this? Like, why are you posting that you're praying or whatever? Why don't you just pray? Okay, I thought that, like, Jesus said, like, that you shouldn't pray in public, that you should, like, go and close the door, and pray in private, and not do it for, like, show or for, like, to make a big deal out of it. But, like, yeah, here you are, I guess. It's one of America's favorite ways to ignore Jesus, I think. Yeah, exactly. And it's exactly the thing, is that so many others might have gone with her approach to this based on what she was saying and based on her supposed very good results with it. And like, what if these people, it's a tragedy enough for her, but what if these people that are her followers, what if they had kids? What if they have, families? It's tragic enough when it's one person, but it's so reckless. It's so reckless to be recommending this type of unsupported bullshit and claiming that it's working for you, but then look, clearly it's not. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating, and it's so predictable. And it's more tragic how predictable it was. I believe that it's so wild to think back. I'm pretty sure she said that one oncologist at MD Anderson said that she wouldn't make it to October. Maybe he knew what he was talking about, because, like, maybe you're not the first, patient with a similar case that he's had, because, maybe this is his job. It's so reckless. It's so reckless. Now think about how many people aren't going to go to oncologists because, you have hundreds of thousands of followers that you promoted this type of thinking to, and this type of magical thinking. It's so reckless. And this is what happens. I can't with this shit. Yeah, like, I wish that she would have been convinced and gotten treatment. I don't want to be right about this shit. I don't want to. I hope that if nothing else, I hope that maybe some people who are thinking about doing the same thing as her, perhaps, if anything good comes of this, perhaps they will reconsider, and they'll consider going with medical advice, if nothing else. I don't know. What are your thoughts, everybody? She's so far into her own world. She didn't pass away yet. My understanding is that she's in intensive care. Um, bu- 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 yeah, it's like, I don't want anyone to die. Like I would have been glad if she pulled through. Like, cool, like that's amazing. Or if she had, come to her senses and gone to get treatment, I would, great, perfect. But given what I know and given what was happening, it's like, well, it's not very likely that. I mean, I've never seen it happen before. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Samantha, I don't think there's been any update directly from Jessie Lee herself. I think she's not in a condition to be. I don't think she's able to like post right now. Like I think it's pretty bad. Uh, Honestly, this has happened so fast. People who are convinced follow her strategy. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope that if anything good can come of this, that it can be that maybe some of her followers will reconsider the whole, naturopathic and whatever route, and will go with the medical advice that is right for them. Uh, I like maybe it will shock some people into reconsidering. Mom got over 20 years of quality of life after her cancer diagnosis and multiple rounds of chemo and radiation. Yeah, it's incredible what's possible with these treatments, and to just throw it all away because you think that you know better. I don't know. Denial is a seductive force, I guess, but I hope someone will I just hope that some people will reconsider her route. Would have been ideal for her to pull through, but we all know if by some crazy move, all the people in her orbit and industry would use that as their proof to no end. That's very true. It is very true. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's possible, but it's very, very, very unlikely. Um, yeah. Ugh. I feel like she went so far one way in such a public way that she couldn't bear to go to the chemo route later on. Agree. I think that she felt like she'd already put her stance, but like my goodness, you're gambling with your life. It's not. Whew, I don't know. It's crazy. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. Yeah. Treat. It's very true as well. Treatment these days is a lot better than it used to be. It's a lot more tolerable. They have a lot more medications that can mitigate the side effects. I think that people have, and don't get me wrong, chemotherapy is still very, it wrecks you. It does, but it has gotten a lot better. And for certain cancers, chemotherapy is not even the first line treatment. It just happens to be that for colon cancer, it is. But yeah, for many other types of cancer, they have these. There's all types of radiation they can use. There's the monoclonal antibodies that have a lot better side effect profiles than chemotherapy does, where it's a lot more tolerable and a lot less uncomfortable. And there are new types of surgery modalities. There's all kinds of things that can be done. It's not like chemotherapy is necessarily what's going to be the treatment for cancer. It is for colon cancer, but yeah, the treatments have gotten a lot better. They're a lot more effective. They're a lot safer, and yeah, they've really improved a lot. But they are also a lot more expensive. Ugh, I remember seeing like the maximum allowable cost for Keytruda, and I was like, huh? Thank you, Sheila. When pride gets in the way of saving your own life. Yeah, that's and and that so often happens. Oh man. Yeah, exactly. Uh, uh, Larissa says my friend's dad is still here years later after stage 4 metastatic cancer. Immediately found treatment. Exactly. It makes such a big difference that you get it immediately, and as soon as you can, and you can get so many years of quality life from it. It's so infuriating. Like, it's so infuriating. Why do you think they're trying to rush you into it? This is why. The fact that she's only let me see here. I wonder if she had the possibility remove save my life. Oh man, see, look how many testimonials we have just in this chat of what treatment can do for you. It's but of course she knows better. And I know that she had people who had been through, like, people who had survived telling her, like, oh, I survived because, like, I got treatment for it, or I survived for 5 additional years because I like, or my mother, or a relative or whatever, and she would just, like, block them. It's like, I understand that impulse, but it's like, wow, like, that's people who went through the same thing as you, like, really? And they're just telling you their story, but, like, them just telling their story is offensive to you. That's your red flag right there. Let's see here. Okay, the chemo pimp thing. It bothers me to no end when people make this kind of, like, accusation about regular medicine, because it's like, I'm sorry, like, does your Chinese lady see you for free? Are those appointments free? So what do you think's going on there? Like, your Chinese lady, who should be tried for manslaughter, I might add, by the way, just saying, if she's the one that's, like, saying don't do chemo. Not people should make their own decisions, but, like, you also shouldn't be able to, like, charge people money to tell them to not get chemo. Mac, you're tanned like a perfect golden french fry. I know. I got like I need to wear sunscreen more frequently. I really do. Look at this. It's ridiculous. I've been hiking a lot. Exactly. Yeah. No one's just giving away herbal remedies, all right? Or herbal remedies, as they say in the UK. Herbal. Like, what? You just pronounce the H? Who does that? I'm grateful we get my alternative treatments were so much more expensive than chemo would have been. Exactly. Yeah, she's, like, flying to Europe for it. Crazy. What did I just drop? I don't know. We'll never know. Let's see here. Oh, the last update regarding her PET scan results. Let me see if I can find it. That was on Instagram, right? Or where did she post that? She has not passed away. My understanding is that she's in the ICU. Let's see here. Okay, let me see if I can find it. I don't even know how I would, like... Well, I guess you guys just you would only need to be able to hear it, right? Right? Yeah. um uh, oh, I loaded up the wrong Instagram. I didn't load up my rooted version. Otherwise, I'd be blocked. Okay, so we're gonna. I I'm not good enough at this to like to to like. Oh, is someone giving me a link? I don't know if it's gonna let you post a link, but yeah, I'm gonna make a. I need to make a pinned thing. You said coming like. Thank you for that. For that. Whew. We had a little, you know, if you look in the chat, it was a CUM versus COME mishap. A lot of people coming in here. Okay, let me see if I can find this really quick. It's gonna be a journey. Okay. Um. Wait, I can't because I'm blocked on here.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? It's Jessie Lee. You can call me Boss Lee if you'd like to. Or the People's Mentor. I haven't done a live like in a minute. So, well, that's not really true. I did a coffee enema on the floor 2 days ago. Okay. But hi, I haven't just come on and gone live with you guys and chatted with you in a little bit. And I did just get a phone call. I guess it's been like 4 or 5 hours now. I've tried to make the rounds of people that I'm super close with, texting them one-on-one and letting them know what's going on and the update of this. This is the update of my PET scan, which is, I guess, the most realistic way to track your cancer. I've tracked a little bit on CT scans, obviously, and then just kind of how I feel. And if we're being super honest, because that's what I do here. If you're new to me, you don't yet follow, you should. But I try to be super open, honest, authentic about everything. Okay, this whole journey I've just been trying to be open and honest and tell you guys the whole entire journey, which is why I've tried to do the stuff on YouTube.
When have you ever been honest about anything? When? When? Okay, let's continue.
YouTube, and I've been doing the stuff on Instagram and TikTok, especially, etc. And so I've been updating you guys on some stuff. Maybe you've seen it on my TikTok channel, or I don't know, maybe I've posted about it in Instagram stories. If I look like I'm exhausted, if you're like, she looks really tired, like, I don't know, that is because, first of all, I am. Okay, I have not been sleeping well, which has been freaking me out, if we're being very honest with each other, because I can't sleep. I'm really bloated from just this extra liquid that's in my abdomen. I feel like I'm scared all the time because the lymph nodes and the like. Cancer is just one of those things where if you know anybody that's going through it, myself included, obviously, like, it is the biggest mind F ever. And I have the strongest mindset of anybody I've ever met. And I still am over here on a daily basis, like,
Yeah, you have a strong mindset, but like it's like not. It's like headstrong is what it is, right? It's headstrong, and it's like, yeah, all of these, like, it is scary. But, like, how can you twist this PET scanner? Okay, we should keep going. Do you want to move over? I know, I should move over here. You're right. You right. You right. Let me move my mic over here, though. There we go. Okay. So, yeah. I'm going to be here. And, you know, I know it doesn't make sense because it should be like a... We're going to continue.
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts my kidneys. Is it my kidneys? Is it my liver? I'm over here. If I stub my toe, I'm sure it's cancer related. And if you know or love anybody who's on their own cancer journey, you probably are over here like, yeah, that kind of sounds accurate. So just a quick reminder: nothing that I try to say is me making medical. Nothing I say is to give you medical advice.
But it is. It implicitly is, because your followers are like, look at me, I'm just like reacting like this is a video or like a recorded video. It's like one of my recorded videos. But like, it is. When you have hundreds of thousands of followers and you're talking extensively about a medical issue that you're having, like, it's implicitly medical advice. It is. Like, it's a natural conclusion for your followers to draw that if you think chemo is bad and that doctors that promoted are chemo pimps and that, you know, your naturopathic stuff is so good, that it, you know, then it follows that your hundreds of thousands of cult members are gonna, you know, are gonna think that they should do what you're doing too. They're gonna, like, that's you can't just disclaim that away. That's not how it works. Ugh.
Nothing I say is to convince you to take whatever path you want to take. Nothing I say is ever to make it sound like I don't appreciate doctors. None of this is to say any of this stuff, okay? It's my journey. You're on my page, so beat it, losers, if you don't like me, okay?
Are you fucking... How can you say that? How could you say... Nothing that I say other than like calling them chemo pimps or whatever is to make it look like I don't appreciate doctors. Like, yeah, okay, you guys. Well, I guess now's a good time for me to say that nothing I say on this channel is to make it sound like I have a problem with MLMs or anything, okay? Like, nothing that I say on this channel should be taken to mean that, like, I don't appreciate MLMs, okay? Like, okay, so, you know, you know, losers, back off. Ugh.
Anyway, yeah, the cough. Scary. Why am I coughing? Okay, so been in a lot of pain for the last few months, which definitely just makes me nervous all the time. Still don't know if I passed a kidney stone, for anyone wondering about that. But this is a cancer update. This is not about kidney stones, okay? So, excuse me. I got a call today around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And this made my stomach turn over even thinking about it. And as soon as I saw my oncologist's number flash on the screen, I had like a little minor panic attack. Like, do I let it go to voicemail? Or do I not? And I said, I gotta pick up this phone call. Like, I put everything through Chat GPT, like I trained on the accelerator when you get medical news. And so I did that, right? And Chat GPT was like, your little soldiers are fighting so hard. I'm like, oh hell, now I'm lost again. So I was nervous. And then my doctor called today. And
I don't understand this Chat GPT part. Is she... What? I'm so confused. Like, what? I don't know. Listen, they only just recently released ChatGPT for Android. It was like last month. And I've already had to tell it 3 times, don't sass me. Let's continue.
Hi guys, what's going on? It's Jessie Lee. Oh, ow, it hurts to laugh, but sometimes you just gotta put a smile on your face, my friends. You gotta smile through the kidney pain or whatever the hell it is. Oh my God, my belly, everything is aching and I don't even care. I'm really happy. My doctor.
If it hurts to laugh, then that's probably not like the best sign. Boy, that it's so forced. It's so this is spooky. This is eerie.
Called me, my oncologist called me, and he and he read my my PET scan from last Monday, and it's very good news. So for those of you who don't know, it's very good news. Not a drop of chemo, not a blast of radiation, not anything from a single traditional oncologist, except for to read my scans, which was something I asked him to do. I said, if I choose not to go a traditional cancer route, will you still read my scans? Will you still tell me what's going on? He said, I promise. I said, okay, thank you. And he said that the cancer is decreasing in my body. Many of my lymph nodes have gone back to normal. There's a few hot spots that were always there. Nothing has increased. He said everything in my body is going back to normal. Praise God. Oh, praise God. And he said, oh, he's like, just get another scan in 6 months and we'll see how it's going. And for those of you who don't know, when I was diagnosed and went to MD Anderson in March, they told me I wouldn't live to see November. And now they're asking me to not get scanned for another 6 months because the disease is regressing so dramatically. So thank you for all your prayers. Thank you for you guys who have sent really encouraging messages. I know I've had weird pains and
Okay, like I mean, she's lying for like like all of that was just her lying. Do we all understand that? Like she made all of that up. Like that, none of that took place. Like I don't know how else to tell you that. Like none of that happened. Maybe she like wishes that's what happened, but like that didn't take place. Maybe the PET scan took place, and maybe the interpretation took place. That conversation did not take place.
my kidneys hurt or my liver or something hurts. I don't know what hurts. But wow. I chose not to become a prognosis. I chose to become, okay, I accept my diagnosis, but I didn't accept the fact that I was going to be dead in October. And I've done everything, guys. I've thrown the kitchen sink at it. And I know I owe you another YouTube video going through everything that I'm doing. I know, and I will, but I just wanted to come on here and tell you your body is meant to heal. Okay? Yes, I had dis-ease in my body. I was not living the healthiest life I could, right? And so not to say I'm living the healthiest life period right now, but I really feel like I'm doing my gosh darn best. And so to get news like this today, I just oh god, it is the second best news I could have gotten, and it took me a minute to cry initially because I just think I was in such shock because my body is in so much weird random pains that I was just in shock, and then I'm staring at Aviram and like we're both crying. So I just hope you guys stay on your path. And I was texting, some of my business colleagues and business mentors, and they were just saying, "Isn't this how you do everything? You work until you get the results you want." And So I'll keep going. The best thing that could have happened, for anyone wondering, would be no evidence of disease. We're not quite there, but when I have another scan in 6 months, as the oncologist suggested, maybe we'll go there. So thank you so much for all your support and your love and your encouragement. And if anybody's going through any kind of cancers or any kind of diseases that people can't see or whatever it is, I just want to tell you, just keep going, keep following the path that you know you're supposed to be on, and quiet the noise.
Was that medical advice? I think it was. Ugh. So frustrating. Um. Hmm. That's good. Ooh, I'm glad we watched that though. That was difficult to watch, but I think that was very powerful. And it's like, why do you think you're in so much pain? What? Because it's healing really good. I think that if that phone call took place, um, I feel like it was basically the opposite. I don't know. I don't think she was crying out of happiness there. I think she was trying to force herself to be crying out of happiness. I think the tears were real. Ooh. Yeah, I think that she lied in the hopes that like she would believe it. It's so yeah, it's denial. Denial. It's sad. Damn. Well, she doesn't have much of a choice now. Yeah, wow. Big time denial there. Um so what else? Let's see. Um yeah, I mean there's no way that that one of the doctors would have told her like that she'd be getting a scan in 6 months because like I don't know, like that just doesn't make any sense to say at that point. Um, it just doesn't. Uh, it'd be great. I mean, it obviously like it's obviously going to be better if she's okay, but I think at this point doesn't she doesn't have long. Just to be like realistic about it, realistic slash autistic about it. I think I did a good job of like modulating, not being too blunt, but sometimes like that's what's happening. There are not any non-serious reasons for her to be admitted to the ICU. Right? Yeah. Um. Yeah. Exactly. I just can't imagine a doctor seeing untreated stage 4 cancer, like no treatment or anything happening, and saying it like and that type of cancer too, and saying like come get a scan in 6 months, like like it just like it doesn't make sense to say that. Yeah. Uh, it's sad, and it's inevitable, but it's still sad. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, and it's definitely survivable, but not when there's no treatment. In order to survive it, like you got to you got to get the treatment, and untreated, it's really only got one way that it goes. Any thoughts on IF, like intermittent fasting? All right, fucking motorcycle. Uh, uh, I think that intermittent fasting is a good strategy if it works for you. Like if it's not, if you're not feeling like it's depriving you of anything. Personally, I don't eat breakfast like just because like I don't really like to eat in the morning. Like it's just to me it's just like I'm not a morning person, and to me like waking up and eating for me it's just like. So yeah, like it can have beneficial effects on blood glucose to do intermittent fasting, as long as like you don't have any like medical conditions that could make it a problem for you to not eat in the morning. So that'd be something to consider. But yeah, it can be good. It can have a beneficial effect on blood sugar. I remember when I first found out that it was just skipping breakfast, and I was just like, huh? It's kind of like when you find out that the word glissade just means voluntarily sliding on your butt in mountaineering. It's like, oh, okay, so it's like a fancy word for that. Yeah, important to say here that like you should consider if you have any medical conditions that could make intermittent fasting inappropriate for you. But if you don't have any conditions, then yeah, it can be beneficial. Um, let's see. Oh, she can fight it off. Oh, are the new vaccines for COVID out? I should know this already. I'm pretty sure. I remember hearing that they were coming out soon. I need to get mine. And you need to get yours. All of you. Just get it. Not available in your state. We probably don't have it either. I need to get my flu shot as well. I haven't gotten mine yet. I know, like I've been trying. I want to get my flu shot and the new COVID one together, like so I can just get it like one and done. Yeah. Oh, so it's approved. It's just not stocked yet. Okay. There's a new COVID vaccine out for like, and they're saying that like the older one, like it's still obviously like it's still effective, but like that the virus has like changed a lot. So there's a new one coming out that should be a lot better suited for it, and I guess like the inventory is still kind of coming in for that one. Yeah, so I'm hoping to get my flu shot, here in like the next couple weeks or so, but I kind of want to get it like at the same time as the COVID one, so I don't have to go in twice, because that's convenient. Ooh. Okay. I think we're gonna wrap up. Tomorrow I am this is just me sharing my life here. And why I need to wrap up. Tomorrow I am hoping to finally hike Lone Peak, which is like the hardest hike in the Salt Lake Metro area, the Wasatch Mountains. Like it's the hardest one supposedly. And I need to conquer it before the snow falls. So I need my sleep because it's like 5,500 feet of elevation gain, and like it's like 17 or 18 miles of distance, and yeah. I'll probably post on Instagram though. Oh yeah, I need to wear sunblock or else I'm gonna like become like a friggin' like a lobster roll over here. That'd be bad. That's a melanoma risk. So I will be applying my sunscreen tomorrow and being a good boy and doing what's right for my body. I will, Sheila. I will be I have sunscreen and I will be wearing it. It's packed in my backpack. All right, everybody. Good night.